Hi, we're going to start a project this week, and it's going to require that you do some manipulating of a Google slide presentation where you're going to have to make a visual presentation. What you're going to make is something that looks like this. You're going to do 3 slides identifying a problem of the Gilded Age, a reformer and their efforts, and the results, what was achieved by that reformer. And to do your project, you're going to use these templates. They're actually not templates, they're just PDFs of comic book forms. I used some here when I created this project, and I realized that some of you may not be really familiar. You contact me a lot and say, I can't get this text box to work. So I wanted to create a brief video to show you how to manipulate things within Google Forms. So I'm going to do a couple things here, and then I want to show you some stuff. If you're competent with this, you can fast forward through this. Don't worry, it's nothing that you have to have, but if you don't know how to manipulate Google Forms, this is a video for you. All right, so what you have normally is just a blank form. Usually I give you stuff that has stuff in it. You have to answer questions. I spend a lot of time with this, and I'm really excited. I got some training over the summer, and I love what I can do. So this is a blank layout. You can select this one. When you make a slide, you can get a new slide, you can duplicate one, you can delete one, you can skip one, you can move one up and down. You can also just lift it and slide it over like I just did here. Now I want to show you this slide. This is kind of a useful one. On this one, it's just one of the choices that you have. I made a copy of it so we could play with it, but this is now slide 2. This template is just a PDF that is set on top of here. So it's kind of your background. If you don't like the direction it is, maybe you want the big box to be on the bottom. You could rotate this either way, but you can select it, right click, select it. You can rotate. Now this one does nothing if you flip it horizontally because it looks the same both directions. But if you rotate it, flip it vertically, now you have the box at the bottom and the 4 boxes at the top, and that could be useful for whatever you want to do. In this project that I created, some of these pictures didn't really fit within the slides, so I did a little wiggling. Like this one, this template is one long one, one short one. It's basically it is this one, but you'll see here that I had 2 here, and I didn't like the way they worked, and I couldn't get my pictures to fit, so I just kind of fiddled with it and created my own stuff, which is nice. Now, your project needs to be visually appealing. I like to use color. Those you've been in my class all year, you know I tend to pick a color theme and stick with it for a project. In this one, I used this green, and I used different tones of the green. So I want to show you how to do that because it can be really useful. In this instruction sheet that I'm doing, I'm going to create a background and then add text box. So I want you to see how to do this. You can use what you do is you insert a shape. And in this instance, I like the squared ones because the boxes themselves are squared. You're going to select that. You're going to click here, slide down, get it to fill the space. It's selected, and over here I can change the color. Now, I find it's easier to make the slide, make it a color, and then I can copy this. Okay, so I've got my slide here. Now it's selected, or my little box here. I can copy and then click paste. Now it's just going to put it pretty much right over the other one, but then I can grab it, copy, paste. I don't need to keep hitting copy. Now I have been playing with this a bit, and I know that these are not going to fit. These boxes are slightly different shape than the ones over here, so I'm going to have to redo it over here. So I'm going to again insert shape, and I'm gonna get that as close as I can to that spot. It's kind of a wiggly thing here. There we go. And it didn't fit, but I can grab it down here and slide it there. And it's pretty close. Now this one's not perfect. One of the things that's really cool that you can do is you can take this and you can create a border color. I want these to be black. And I've been playing with this. I know that the 4-point weight for my box looks a little better. And see, now my box just seems to blend in a little better, and you don't notice that it's not perfect. And that, you know, I get a little obsessive compulsive about this stuff. Yeah, this is going to make me crazy. But there we go. Now I can change the color of these. I still need to copy this, paste here, and this one will have the weighted line because it already did. These don't. Now, I like to mess with color. I like things to be pretty. This one is pink. I'm going to go and select this one and change the color of that so that every one of them has a different color, because that makes me happy and it helps me process stuff. There is a reason why I do this. Okay, so that's visually appealing. I've got that. Now I've got all the different boxes. Now I want to show you how to create a text box. So you're going to do the same thing. You hit text box over here. You're going to drag it. You could actually do this just with the text box and create a color. You can fill your text box with, now it's green, and that is layered over there. I'm going to do it again. Text box here. I don't know why, but I do the boxes first. I probably should just do the text box. I want this to all be in Montserrat. I know there's a way to change it so that your font stays the same. Now, what I'm going to do in these little boxes is I'm going to create the 6 different topics that you can do for this project. So this one is Alice Paul. That's my reformer. The topic is votes for women. And the result is the 19th Amendment. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a link for some information to this. I'm actually going to link it to a different slide where you've got some choices, but I just want to show you how to do this. I have this selected. Over here, I've got a website that has stuff on Alice Paul. So I can select this URL, copy it. I can go to my project. I've got this selected. I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to link. I can paste that link there now. And if I click this, it'll take me to that link. So that's how you can create a link. You can do it also on a shape. You could select that and insert over here link. Paste that link, apply, and there you go. You touch that box and it takes you to that website. Now, one of the other things that you're going to want to do in this project is you're going to be copying pictures and URLs and other text. Now, I don't want you to copy all the text, but you can copy some. So I want to just show you, right click. I'm sure you guys know how to do this. Right click, copy image. I've already got the URL copied. So let's just paste this picture. We're just going to put it here. We could put it in this box if we wanted to. I'm not going to, but we can scale it down if we wanted to. This one's pretty close to the shape of the box, so it doesn't look bad. We can move it out. You can rotate it. So you can rotate it horizontally or vertically. And I want to show you one other thing that you might want to do. You want to create a text box, insert text box here, and put that URL down, paste. Oop, I got the picture now. Okay. There's my link. I can copy the link right here. Insert text box. Paste. Now, I want to show you, I did this with the picture of Mark Twain here. You can also use a call out. I like those call outs. I think they're kind of fun. So we rotated this picture of Alice Paul. We could crop it. Another thing you can do is you can take this and crop it. Let's say we want this picture to be a little skinny. We've selected it. We've got black boxes around it. If we grab one of these, we could trim. I want to cut off her fingers. Oop. Yeah. Nope, that didn't work. I grabbed the wrong thing. Grab that, trim it there. It shows you kind of a ghosty image of where you're trimming. No, I don't want to do that. I grabbed the wrong thing again. Grab that. Put her hand back in the picture. There we go. So that's what I would select. I hit enter once I've got it where I want. If I screwed up, this is the beauty of Google, Control Z, it's back. So you don't have to worry that you made a mistake. You can always Control Z, or you can get a previous history. So let's say I like that picture shaped that way. I hit enter. I can pick it up and move it over. And now I can use a call out. So I'm going to insert again here a shape and call outs. Let's make her say something. So we're going to put in this little round quote thing here. You can grab this little dot here at the bottom, slide it over to her mouth. We could put a color in this. She's kind of golden anyway because of the sepia nature of the picture, so I'm changing it to that color. I can insert a text box on top of it. We can pick a color. We'll just go with black. Again, it's in that weird font I don't like. And we're going to have Alice Paul say, "Votes for women." And I don't know why I always type a T at the end of women. I always do that. Okay, votes for women. You can change the font. You can make it bold. You can change the color here. Make it bigger. Make it bold. Change the shape of your call out a little bit to fit your words now. Slide this up a little bit if we want. I spend way too much time obsessing on this stuff. Way, way, way too much time. But I do find it pleasurable and creative. And so there we go. So you can do something like this with your project too. But you must make sure that you include a URL that I can search or a hyperlink for every bit of information that you pull off the internet, which is all of it. So if you look at this project that I've created, I've got a URL here. I don't have them hyperlinked. I don't have them like as links, but I do have the information. And I could actually put them over it, but I want to be able to scan really quickly that you've got it. So I do want them to be visual. So you need to do the URLs for the project. Now I'll go back in and have this stuff linked up. But in addition to linking to a website, you could link to another slide within the presentation, which is what I'm going to do with these instructions, is I'm going to give you some resources for this topic. Anyway, I hope that that is informative for those of you that aren't comfortable using Google Slides, and it gives you a little bit of information. If you need help with the project, obviously come see me.